Hello and welcome to the Citizen Advocacy Group database. We're going to explain how your database is set up today, and Joey will explain it.
Thank you, Vera. So basically, here's the back end of your new database system that we've set up. In the previous video, we've explained how your database was just one table. Basically, what we did is we split up your database into seven different entities that pretty much models how you do business within your organization. So the first table you have right here is your donors table. You can add a new donor, just put a bunch of dummy data in there, and you can add this information into your database and it will get stored in this little Google spreadsheet or Microsoft spreadsheet kind of table right here. As you can see, it gives all the necessary information like the person's name, their gender, contact info, so on and so forth, and it even gives you who you're connected to within the organization, and this goes to your staff table. So basically you have a donor section in your database, and every donor can make many donations. So if you have a donor already in this table, then it will be able to be pulled up in the donations table. So as you can see, Larry Page is a donor, and he can make, he made a transaction on the 8th, and he had all this stuff happening. He gave $60 for some weird reason, and you did send a thank you note. So you submit that, and it ends up successfully in this thing. As you can see, Larry Page has also made other multiple donations. So this is just an example of how your donors table also links up to your donations table for ease of use, so you can see which donor made which specific donation. Additionally, you have 3 independent tables that you just want to store information about a particular type of person in your database. So all staff members are stored in a staff table separate from everything else. And this is for all staff, current coordinators, assistant coordinators, anybody, interns, anybody who's involved intimately in the organization, and for board members. As you can see later on down here, you can click if they're a board member or an ex officio, board member, general staff, support coordinator, or whatnot, and you can put that information in here, and it will end up in this nicely laid out staff view. Partners and advocates are the same way, except partners and advocates are related on a one-to-one basis, meaning every partner can have one advocate, and every advocate can have one partner. So the partners table, you will enter a partner in, and you can say who their advocate is. So you can say that Mike is the partner, or the partner for this table has the advocate Mike. And same thing here, the advocate in this table has the partner Chris, and you can add that in. And then correspondingly, you can see that this links up with another table in the database. And as you can see, it tells you who they're hooked up to through here, the partner name section. Currently, you don't have anybody there. Right here, you have the friends table, and this is pretty much for any potential contact you may have in the organization. This, not only could this be a person, this could be an actual organization name, and it's basically there just to store relevant information about people who are possibly connected to citizen advocacy. And then on top of that, you have a conversations table, and this table is basically there to measure your performance, because in citizen advocacy we know that most of the performance measure of success is how many conversations you're having per month, per year, and that's a measure of success in the organization. So we have a table to model that in our database. As you can see, you can select who you had the conversation with, which friend. So Paul, you had a date of the conversation. You can click that stuff, and then there's a reporting code here which says what type of conversation was it. It was a role of an advocate conversation. It was a board orientation conversation. Just basically, this measures the types of conversations you may have in the database. And as always, you have another view where you can view this stuff and get the necessary information that you want. Thank you so much, and continue on to the next video.